Hello there, my friends, and welcome to my channel. This is Kate in the Nest, and it is Happy Mother's Day to those of you who are blessed to have children. I have had the most wonderful day. I'm just back from the city. I spent the morning with my mum and my sister and her partner, and that was very, very special. So those of you who follow me know that my mum is 94. She's the sweetest thing. She's been a quilter all her life, and she gifted me this. It's an example of her work. Now she doesn't make big quilts, but she does machine embroidery, and it has butterflies all around it, and she was just so thrilled that I liked it. I went, Mum, what is there not to like? So this is like, that's sort of like a table runner, and this is the cushion. So I thought I'd share that with you today to start with colour. I wonder where I get my love of colour and from. So I like this because it's like a block print, but it isn't. So I bought this home, just so excited. So there's butterflies in there. So there we go. I can only dream. And I know I'm blessed, and I know many of you don't still have your mums, but here I am with you. And on top of that, I went shopping afterwards. And I had been aware of this place by watching Beck from Sobe Curated's videos. And then a couple of weeks ago, the girls and Fleur Woods went to it when they were on their Green Door sort of shopping trip. So I'm going to use this as the background because it's a haul video. As I said, I've literally walked in. It's still daylight. Now, I have been talking a lot about my mum's ability to make pouches, particularly with zippers on them. So I gave her some fabrics, and she volunteered to make pouches for me. She has made me 20 of these size, and I've lost count of how many small, and I had to take her up more zippers and more fabric because I'm going to embellish a whole lot of pouches for projects, etc. This one, it's almost too nice. This is a vintage, like a flannel. I think of you, Lauren, when I see this, and I feel like I might embellish this and have that beautiful block print inside. Others are going to have count the blanket, etc. So she just gave me a whole pile this high. So I just, I hope you can hear the happiness in my voice. So speaking of happy, how are you feeling today? What's happening in your world? Is it Mother's Day where you are, or an ordinary weekend, a busy weekend, or maybe you're watching this during the week because, as my husband just reminded me, a lot of people may be out and about. But here we go. This is, that's my mum, and I adore her. Got lots of very special photos. And then I went shopping. So I'm going to start with this, which is not all that beautiful on the top. This is a little suitcase because yesterday I ran my workshop at Green Door, and I had my shop in my little tiny green suitcase, Glow By, that I picked up in Wellington. So it's really easy to have things in a suitcase, and it matches sort of my style. So this one is going to have my Indian trims in it in future. But for the moment, it's got some of the pieces that I bought. So the shop I went to was called, oh my gosh, the Merchants Warehouse. The Merchants Warehouse. I had to picture then the initials. Okay, so what I loved is that they had upholstery and samples. So I bought some cotton. Look at that for the blooms. So I'm all into big blooms after yesterday's Art on My Heart workshop, which went so well and so much fun. And I'll talk to you about that later. And some of the shirts are blue, and the beautiful Wren didn't have a lot of choices of blue colors in mine. So that's, I'm going to add that particular fabric. They had doilies in all sorts of ranges of prices, and I know doilies are running out, and I've got quite a few, but I did pick this one up because look at her in the yellow with her dog going past the garden gate, and I love featuring on a big work or even on a heart something like this. So there you are, beautiful lady embroidered, walking her dog past the gates. So that, I think, was my only doily. And then I bought this beautiful vintage piece. I loved it because of the flowers around the edge. And I haven't used this lately, but I'm going to have some time to work on my own things soon. I'm nearly through my very busy period, so I just adored that. I love everything about that. So I got that. And was that, how much was that? That was $19. But seeing that's the only thing, well, I bought two. But I will, who knows what I'll do, but I will use the flowers separately. This is a bit unusual, but I love it. This is they called it a tribal necklace. It was draped over a lampstand. So I don't know what nationality it is, but look at that as a bowerbird. Just all those little chains and all of these like metal sequins. These little, I just love weighty things, you know me. Look at that. So who knows where that will end up. Probably just maybe in my treasure shop. Who knows? In the nest. And then I picked up quite a lot of this. I've been using a lot of my Indian ribbons up very quickly, and I thought just for a change and to have on the side, I picked up some grow grain ribbons, 6 meters for $6 in each of those. So just always looks nice when you bundle things up, or just for presents. I love that. Okay, so there's my little suitcase. Oh, see, that's Kate in the nest. Can't even get it in there. I just love that bit, really. Okay, and I'll put a sticker on the top of that. Okay, Beck uses, what am I trying to think of? Okay, this is not particularly inspiring, but yesterday I tried to have a lot of my cotton reels, and I didn't take my nests out because it was a different, I did take some nests, but not all of them. But I need a different sort of cotton when I'm teaching the Art on the Heart. So, and I there was some of these in plastic, and I just couldn't face it. So I found this, and I thought on the table that will hold a lot of threads, and they'll be a little bit more restrained than my patchwork chops. So that's my first enamel dish. Thank you for the inspiration, Beck. But look, oh, I love that. Take that one out. Happy, happy, happy. So that's the dish. I better not, yeah, I'll bury it, don't you worry. There's quite a bit, to be honest. But it was, I told my husband, I said, it's been the best day, and he was busy, and I said, I hope this hasn't broken, I'm just going to stay and do a little shop for myself on Mother's Day. So here again with that same idea of putting probably my needles or cupcake pin cushions on there on the table. So I love that. Look at those little flowers. What is this ware called? Crown Devon? I'm just starting. I've got another one of these that I put beads in, but this one's flatter. So again, just beautiful with things in it. There we go. That's the shot. Okay, this is something very special. And it's not as if I haven't got any of them, but look at this vintage bedspread. I'm going to put it on Sophie the Sofa, I think, because those colours just, and see, I can see the Indian influence, and it's got a fringe, an orange fringe. And very reasonable. I remember just thinking I didn't plan to buy that, but I can't leave it there. I adore it. And the back also, look at that. So she's going to live in my house for a while and then might go to someone else's nest. But that is, just look at that for a shot. I just love that. Okay, vintage bedspread. Going back to the this place, same shop, they had other samples. I got this one, which is a linen, same brand, Woodland Silhouette. And people have been loving my, well, not loving, but, you know, I've had some lovely comments about my Fleurs in the Wood series. And I thought this simile would be a great backdrop. It's got animals and birds all over the place, and trees, and just the shape that it's in. I thought I could embroider and still have this background, leave some of these cream. I'll probably put flowers where that bear or wild animal is. And maybe that bunny rabbit, I don't know. But I just love that, and it's beautiful linen. So that's that one. I think there was another one. Maybe not. And then what about this? Hang on, here comes a sneeze. Chew. So this is, what do they call it? Vintage chintz. Oh, I've never bought anything like this, but I just loved it. And I thought lining of pouches, probably in my next story pouch workshop, or maybe in, yeah, some kits coming up. I just loved that. So you can sort of see everything's in harmony. In fact, the ladies behind the counter said, oh, everything that you're buying matches. I go, funny that. So that was great. What else is there? Okay, I've got a blanket. And this was very, I know many of you in other countries can't get these, but this is a beautiful Okapurinka, which is our Australian, is it Australian? And very reasonable, I have to say, and huge, and a beautiful thin width of, I can't find the label for looking. There it is. Pure wool. But that will do lots and lots of makings for me, and very, very reasonable. So I'm thrilled with that. It's sunnier than it's coming up. This is a brown, but it's beautiful and sunny. And then lastly, I ended up buying this for the same reason as the other. This is a big, what brand was it? I didn't even look. I just see flowers. There's a lot of green on this one, but it's a Juna cover. It's beautiful quality, absolutely beautiful. And look at this for a garden. Cabbage roses are becoming something that is that what you call them? Something that I love to, starting to love to embroider. And I thought, again, the opportunity on this one piece to harvest. Look at that, for a little motif somewhere on a work. Yeah, they're all over the place. And there's some blue in there. Yeah, look at that. Sort of too big to show the whole piece, but as I keep saying but, I'm sorry that I'm saying but, because I just adore it. Have I got anything else? So this is going to be a short video. So as I've said, it's Mother's Day and you've probably got other things to be doing, and I want to go and sit and have some time. I need to ring one of my sons back because he called while I was at morning tea with my mum, and I said, honey, you will understand, and let's talk a bit later in the day. So that's that. Huge queen size. I think it might have even been king size. It's like Christmas. So if you haven't had any prezzies, I took my mum up at some beautiful silks and beautiful fabrics, and she loves it. So let's open this one together. This is for me. This is my present to myself, and not for sharing at this point. It is a vintage silver plated container, and I'm going to line it with my Indian velvet, and I'm going to keep my rings in it on my dressing table. I'm always attracted. I haven't got a lot of these, but I've still got a little tiny version on legs. I might have shown that to you one video that Mum gave me, and I've treasured it all my life, and I've had it so long now that one of the legs has fallen off and the lid, but it's still beside me in my room. So can you imagine that with a beautiful, have I got an Indian velvet here? Let's try it out. Here's my pink one, or one of the pink ones. Like, you won't be able to see it, but you know, a bed of velvet like that. Here's another one which I'm probably liking more for in here, so because it's a richer color. Anyway, I'll work that out. I could even pad the top. I was just thinking I can make it a pin cushion. But I won't. So there we are. That's my little event. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Cherry pink. That's my little Mother's Day haul for Kate and others, combined with the beautiful work of my mum. I've got other treasures from her that I'm not going to share at this point. But yeah, it's been such a lovely, lovely day. And I think I'll see you again next time. Please take care of yourself. Thank you as always for giving up your precious time to listen to me. I'm just looking at my cheno pouch and yep, so grateful. All right, have a great rest of the day, whatever you are doing and wherever you are. This is Kate in the Nest. Bye for now.